Good morning, afternoon and evening, my crazies. My name's Angela, I'm the Crazy Poppy Lady, and welcome back to Whips and Bits and Chat number 97. God, we're getting close. Right, so what have I got for you today? Today we have got a storm coming over the UK, so this video may be very fast, but I will try and fit in our video roundup, what I've been up to, your photos and some other bits if I can remember it before the power cuts out. I should explain, due to the weather, I got in and out of that shower as quick as possible, washed my hair. I'm not going to bother drying it because this videos are more important. It will dry over the length of this video, hopefully. Right, okay, so the very first thing I've got up for you this week, of course, is... Ooh, nearly spilt my coffee, is our video roundup. So again, I have been really slack this week. I'm so sorry, gang. I've been making, uploading, but nothing that is out of the normal realms of what you get each week. So I'm still waiting on this month's copy of Inside Crochet to arrive on my doorstep. I was hoping it would have been here by now. Today's the 18th. It's not arrived yet. It arrived the first month on the 12th, the second on the 14th. I was like, oh, maybe it'll be the 16th, but no, it's still not here, so you ain't got that yet. So hopefully that'll be to you next week. But back to this week's videos. Oop, off on a tangent. Can't afford editing time, so there's not going to be much of it. Right, so as I said, this week's videos were the Stitch a Week. It was the open shell stitch. Oh, it's in here somewhere. There it is. Okay, the open shell stitch. Oh, wrong way. And there we go. Now we've had quite a nice bit of interaction with this one. Some of the girls are still working on last week's, and some new girls have started. I'll be showing you those photos later on. We then had our Throwback Friday. We are getting really close now to the room move. I've made that video. That throwback's done. Don't ask me what number. I haven't got a clue. Okay, so we had the Throwback Friday. And we've also had 2 lives this week. Okay, so the first one was back and nearly normal. Me, normal, no chance. And then Daytime Craziness. Now both of those are absolutely lovely. A good few girls won this week's winner only pattern, so hop over and have a look at that, and remember to leave a comment in the description box of those videos with the code words if I asked for them, and you will be entered into draws for this month, so that you can also get your hands on this month's winner only pattern, which of course is a Bad Brother. Now, what have I been up to this week? Well, this week of course I've been crocheting away. I'm trying to get this gorgeous pattern finished. I've got such a long way to go with it that it's not that I got bored of it, I was just fed up with seeing the same colours. So I've put this one down. I did it for a couple of days over the week, and then I've put it down yesterday, which was Wednesday. I didn't do any of it Wednesday. Instead, I moved on to my jumper. Now, for those of you that want to know, this is pattern number 40 of our gorgeous from our gorgeous Courtney over at Fibre Fox Studios. She has, of course, got a tutorial showing you how to do it, and the pattern is available over on her Etsy shop. Yeah, I think I got that right. Sorry if I've got it wrong, darling. Don't panic, gang. The links to both will be in the description box down below, in case you want to get your hands on this gorgeous pattern. This is a couple more repeats than what she's done in the video, mind. I'm still going. The next item up, of course, was more squares, but I can't show you them So no, you're going to have to wait till next week, week after, week after that, week after that. Okay, I'm up to video number 9 in the set for that, and I'm now working on the introduction that I forgot to do at the beginning, and of course the extra section where you will be able to fix blocks 1, 2, 3 and 4 if you followed along with the chain counts at the beginning on the videos rather than the chain counts that are in the description box. Please remember, gang, I'm not the best at remembering what order to do stuff in, so always check the description boxes of any of my tutorials, because if there is a muck up within the video, whether it be a verbal muck up or I've missed a row or something, if there is any issues, it'll be in that description box, so always read it first before you start. That way your patterns won't get mucked up like mine did, and you won't have to rip anything back. So fingers crossed, hopefully I will have that video out to you sometime next week or possibly the week after. It will just depend on how quickly and how neatly I can get blocks 1, 2, 3 and 4 done for you. As I said, 1 and 2 are done. 3, I'm threatening to tell you to just... I've recorded a section that goes, I can't be bothered with this. Just turn this one into a coaster and start again. I may leave that in as an added extra at the end. But no, I'm going to have to go back to this one and work out a way to bring it up to size for you guys. And then of course it is the corner to corner mini as well that needs fixing. So once I've done those, then the video will be up. I will shout and shout and shout so you girls all know, especially my secrets at my first 7 who didn't know I was going to be evil and do this to them at the beginning. Now I went into my whip pile and I pulled out my cat blanket, not cat blanket, sorry, cat jumper that I'm making. I'm getting there, I really am. I have made the main part of it now, which is the fronts and the backs, and now I've realised it is far too big, but I don't care, it's going to be my cuddle jumper, so who cares? Okay, so it's a mega mahoosive, but I hadn't done the sleeves. Now please remember, gang, I'm not the best when it comes to clothing yet. That's why I've not put out any jumpers or anything like that pattern wise, because I've only made a few of them myself using other people's tutorials. Now this time round it is completely freehand, it's completely crazy brain. And last night my brain worked. I was in shock because of course I'm making a sleeve, and there it is. There's my sleeve. It's not finished, I've still got a few more row repeats to go on it, and then I'm gonna have to make the other one and hope that they match. It's okay, I wrote it down and sent it to myself in Messenger. Bonus for Messenger. So hopefully I will have that finished, done and dusted to show you guys all off on next Sunday's Whips, Bits and Chat. If you fancy daring to follow my tutorial, not tutorial, but my written pattern, I will write one up if enough of you ask for it. But please remember that there won't be proper sizing for each individual size, because of course UK shop sizes all differ. And then they all differ from US as well. So what I will be doing within the written pattern is giving you as much detail as possible, but you will have to work out your measurements yourself. That way it will fit you properly, unlike mine, which won't be. They'll be able to fit me and Mr. Hubby in that by the time I'm finished. Okay, so as some of you know, my gorgeous big sis, or well, she's not really my big sis, she's my adopted big sis because she's a couple of years older than me and we've known each other for far too many years. Well, at Christmas she gave me her old what are they called, one of them by that company there. It's a special machine that you can use to make cards with, and embossing cards, and also make boxes and other bits and pieces, as long as you've got the right templates. Now, of course, I'd shown you a video where I popped out and I brought a load of Christmas dies. That's the word I was looking for earlier. Yeah, so you use these dies to cut it out. Okay, and I'd brought a load at Christmas. Well, of course, I'd also put in an order at June, and it finally arrived on Wednesday this week. So I've been having a little fun playing with those yesterday. Now I didn't bother using really all my cardstock because I like it and it's far too pricey. Hopefully it's a tree and nobody's hurt. Okay, keep going, Ange. Yeah, so I had got these dies come through the post. Now I've got 4 of them in total, but I've only got 3 here to show you because I haven't used the 4th one yet. Okay, so the first one up, if I can find it, where did I put it? Okay, I'm just going to have to jump straight to this one. This one here creates a box that looks like that, a bit like a milk carton. But with all the extra little bits that you get, you can actually turn this milk carton into a gingerbread house. So I really love that one. I think that one is really, really cute. I've just got to work out how to do it. The second one up was this die cut here. Oh. And this created this little box. Now, of course, I used a layered paper instead of card, which is why I've got the white and the peach. I just glued 2 bits together, nearly. Not completely, just nearly. I tried, okay? But the last one, I was like, do you know what? This is the one that I wanted. I was really hoping it was going to be a really nice, a big size. I'd even looked at the measurements, but again, it's an estimated, so it didn't come out the size that I wanted. I'm hoping I can modify it so that I'll be able to extend it to be the size that I want. But I did actually use my cardstock on this one. So here it is. That's the pattern. Oh, there's the cutter. So as you can see here, there's these little dotted areas. Now that shows you, puts a little indentations in for your folds, so it makes it easier for the item to fold. Okay, and then we've got these sections here that I have to use the smallest of crochet hook or a pin, and I pop them out once it's cut. Okay, so this one here turned into this really cute a cracker. Well, at least I'm thinking it's a cracker. It looks more like a sweet. Could be a cracker, it could be a sweet, but I think it's really, really cute. I did do another, well, it cut through some of the paper as well as the cardstock. So I have got another one, but when I was popping out the sections, the paper ripped on the last one, luckily. So I cut it off and I just stuck it together. So that instead of having 4 sides, it had 3. So now it looks like one of those sweets out of a quality street that nobody seems to like in the purple wrapper. I like them ones, the peanut and toffee. Right, but yeah, so and that was my little bit of extra craft fun that I did this week. Now there is a reason why I've bought these, but I'm not going to tell you. You're going to have to wait until later on in the year for that one. Right, so now it's time for Squirrel Gate. Okay, I'm calling it that. It seems to have stuck. Okay, so as I told you a couple of weeks ago, we had a little squirrel that popped down to visit us and in the garden, and I wasn't sure whereabouts it was living. Well, I still don't know where it's living. We're thinking it might be the trees at the back of my neighbour's house. But there's a little guy. He's still popping in to say hello. My husband brought a bird feeder and that was sort of filled with nuts, and he has attached that to our pergola, or whatever they're called, basically the lump of wood that's shaped like a little house at the end of the garden. So he's now popped this bird feeder there, but no birds have noticed it, and the squirrel hasn't either. Because of course this squirrel came back the next day and the next day. It seems to be coming about the same time every day, which is pretty good, but it's very it's scared off very, very quickly. But it's coming up to the back door, it's looking, it's just I haven't managed to get a perfectly close video of it yet. I have though managed to get this the one that I'm going to show you in a second. He came up to the back door, and as I've got down really low, I started the recording going because he was sitting on my little plant pot. But he noticed me and he pegged it up the side of the wall. So of course I had to come out to have a look. Well, as I came out, it turns out we do actually have a bird's nest up in our guttering, and so these birds decided they were going to jump on the squirrel because I think the squirrel had already been into their property. So they were like, "You can bog off. We ain't having it." So they were dive bombing him. So he's, as I've pressed record, he'd jumped down from the wall to directly in front of my feet and then straight up onto the fence. And so this is the earliest I could get the video to start recording. I'm sorry, he may not be in focus and he may be quicker than what my recording was, but if you look really closely you can see him running along the fence, not the fence, running along my neighbour's garage, running up the side of my neighbour's house and up and over her roof. Okay, so I'm going to pop that one on now for you to have a nose at. Little daredevil. Now it is time for the best bit of the video. It is your photos. But before we start on this week's a collection of squares for the Stitch a Week, we've actually got a couple of pictures that our Kaz, our Aussie Yarnaholic, has sent in to us. Now, if you remember rightly, last week I showed you block number 1 that she had done for the cupcake blanket. Now she has decided she don't want plain squares. That's just boring. Let's have a look at what she's chosen to do for block number 2 and block number 3. That's right, she's done 2 blocks at least this week. She is turbo speedy. Kaz, honey, they are absolutely gorgeous, and I'm loving the way that you are playing around with the different colours for the icing as well as the cupcake case. I can't wait to see what you fire over to us this coming week, if you manage to finish it in time. Or are you going to be holding out and not coughing up that last square until you've done the border? Either way, I don't mind, darling. I can't wait to see it. Now let's go on to our Stitch a Week images. Now the first lot of photographs that are up today are from the new crazies that are taking on the challenge, and they're playing catch up. So their photographs are coming up first, and then the next batch, of course, will be this week's Stitch a Week pattern, and the order they will be in are the order that they arrived to me in. And now what I do ask now is, if you want to join in on this and you want to, well, you can join in whatever you like, but if you would like me to show your photographs, if you could please email them to me. The information is in the description box, or pop them over on the Facebook page. That of course is also in the description box. I'm sorry, but Instagram is just confusing the daylights out of me at the moment, and I can't find the ones that are being posted, and I really don't want to miss any of your gorgeous blocks. Thank you ever so much to all the girls that have sent me photographs this week. If yours haven't made it in, but you sent them before the 4 PM cut-off time, I'm really sorry. I just needed to get this video edited, uploaded, and all the rest of it before the power cut out. Your photos will be added up first thing and next week. Right, that is it for me for today. I'm going to be heading off now before this never gets finished. Right, so I will see you all really soon. If you can, please stay in and definitely stay safe. Ta-ra for now, everybody. Oi, stinker. Oi, stinker. Oi, stinker. You farty bum. Ooh, ee, ooh, ah. Ooh, he's a stinky fart bum. Ooh, ee, ooh, ah. You stinky bum. Are you a stink bum? Stink bum. Are you a stink bum? Yes, you are. Yes, I am. Where you gone? Hello?